Hello and happy holidays. This is Ben from the Get Out of Gaming podcast. With me today is Alex. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, hello. I almost said happy Halloween. Almost. I was like, what's another like alliteration? Wait, right? That's alliteration. Assonance?
Yeah, yes.
Oh man.
See the
Anyway, man, we're showing our English today, but like it's one of those two where it's just like, yeah,
yeah,
happy Halloween. I was like, happy holidays, happy Halloween, right? Um,
w- yeah. What we've been doing is this is our holiday special, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of keep this casual compared to like the normal podcast. And today we're gonna kind of talk about our favorite either Christmas movies or Christmas specials that we really enjoy. Uh, this time of year, I can tell you, starting from Thanksgiving to now, I probably binge watch all of this stuff
yeah.
on a regular basis. So, yeah, so let's just get started. And Alex, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. So honestly, when we were trying to pull some of these up, I'm like, I have an approximate knowledge of what happens in these. I more or less remember watching these and like just remember enjoying bits and pieces of this. So I guess I'll go with a classic. You probably said it, but it's the Charlie Brown Christmas special. I think it's just called A Charlie Brown Christmas. Um, but yeah, like this is the one with like the little tree that Charlie Brown like finds, and um I don't I remember like the dancing very well, and just the ice skating and all just like the calm songs and things. Like when I think of Christmas, or honestly when I think of any sort of holiday, um for most of them I honestly think of Peanuts. I think of like Charlie Brown stuff, since there's like the Great Pumpkin, there's like a Valentine's Day one with like his
Yeah.
crush, I believe. So like there's a lot of these, but yeah, for
Now,
sure. Like this yeah, because this came out in like 1965, but like I'm I'm not that old, but like I remember watching this because like it happens every year. It's one of those things that just
yeah.
always aired.
Now, do you like this one or I know some years back they actually did a new Christmas special, which was not received very well.
I have not watched the new one. I didn't realize there was a new one.
It's not as iconic.
Okay.
Um, I love this one because I feel like there's actually a message which you don't get very often with these.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I love that movie. Um, I watch this every single year with me and my kids. It's funny because like the younger ones don't like it at all.
Yeah.
They rather watch Doc McStuffins Christmas or some junk. But this is iconic, and I was watching it since I was a kid. My brothers and sisters that are older were watching it when they were kids. Um, yeah, it's just a classic all the way around.
Mm-hmm. But
So,
yeah, I mean that's definitely. I guess yeah, it was probably one of your picks, so I probably kind of stole it, but
not believe it or not, no.
okay.
You know, I went with the ones that are not. Some of them are not mainstream at all.
Okay. All right.
I tried to stay away from some of the mainstream,
Mm-hmm.
just because I wanted to go with what movies I watch every single year, or specials.
Okay.
Um, but
Yeah, for the ones I have here, there are definitely some mainstream ones, but then others are just like things I grew up with. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think when it comes down to this, there are so many specials, you know, that are there. I do think it's funny though, as you go on later in life, there's obviously gonna be Christmas TV shows and stuff, but I feel like these like Charlie Brown and a couple of the others, those ones just really stick with people. I don't think there's anything new that really sticks with people, you know?
yeah, honestly, I don't. I mean, I don't know. Like we're different generations, obviously, but like But yeah, it's just cool to see like this special in particular. Like we both watched it as children. Like that's just
Yeah,
really cool to me. And like there are some other things here later, like '90s films and maybe a 2000s film. I'm not gonna say. But like I don't know if you're gonna say it, but there are new quote unquote classics, but people still talk about these others because they're just that good and that iconic.
absolutely. So, I guess I'll just kind of move on to one of mine, if
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Christmas Vacation.
All right.
Is that on your list?
It's not. No.
Oh, look at that. Um, God, do I love this movie. Um, I feel like even today it still holds up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even though everybody I've heard of that says Chevy Chase is totally a jerk. Um,
Yeah.
but I remember the first time I watched this, 1989, and the first time I watched it, because I had seen Vacation before, I had seen all the other ones like European Vacation and Vacation,
Yeah.
but like this one just sticks out. Like this one, every year I watch it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I own it on Blu-ray, which is weird because I own some Blu-rays, but I probably watch them. It's rare. It's really rare.
Okay.
Uh God, I feel like poor Chevy Chase, all he wants is like a normal vacation. He wants like the best Christmas ever,
Yeah.
right? And I think my favorite scene is when he gets the lights finally to turn on this house, and he's going down the line, and he gets to his father-in-law, and his father goes, "Those ones over there, they're supposed to be blinking, they're not."
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus, this guy's been working on this for days, and there's hundreds of thousands. Why can't you just be like, "Good job," you
Yeah.
know? Um, and cousin Eddie is. We all have that relative.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Uh, you said that really quick. I think it's you. I think it's you have a cousin Eddie.
um, let's just say, yes. Let's just say yes. I don't really. As I've gotten older, and because my family has like moved away, I haven't really hung out or like done things with extended family in a long time. But as I can remember, there are certain people that yes are there are multiple cousin Eddies in both sides of family actually.
My brother is one of my brothers. He's the closest to my age. We joke all the time that he's a cousin Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not done it, but I literally want to get him one of those shirts that says "Shitter's full," and it has cousin Eddie
Mm-hmm.
standing there. Um, but yeah, to me, this is like iconic. Um, and just thinking about it now, I want to watch it. I
Yeah,
actually watched it in July.
I mean you have to, right? Christmas in July. That's when all the stuff happens.
Yeah, I gotta be careful though, because my wife is a huge Christmas
Mm.
person. If I even show any signs, she's wanting to put stuff out. Like, I'm not even kidding. The day after Thanksgiving, she will take all the fall stuff down and all the Christmas stuff will go up. I'm not even joking.
At least there's false stuff up. There are people who
Yeah.
put up Christmas stuff immediately after Halloween, and that's not right. I'm gonna say here right now. This is a Get at Gaming PSA. You have to put up false stuff. You're not allowed to put Christmas stuff up until Black Friday.
She, I know one year she actually did. Right after Halloween, she put the tree up. And I get it because like this is like our favorite holiday is
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, especially when you have kids. It's so much fun to watch them open stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
then I mean, it really is when they're like, "I had no idea you were gonna get this for me."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Christmas Vacation, I think it's perfect. I have been there when he got his bonus and he was pissed off. I know that we both at our jobs have gotten bonuses we're like super stoked for, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I got jam of the month. That's awesome." So what's another pick for you?
Okay. Let's. So I was thinking about going classic, but you know what? No, we're gonna go with this. I really don't know if you have this. This is a little more obscure, but not. I'm going with Scrooged.
Oh, that was on my list.
It was
Yes.
okay. So
That's
I love this movie to death. I love Bill Murray, especially old like Bill Murray back in the '80s is excellent because that's just when he was like hit after hit, like Ghostbusters, Little Shop of Horrors. Like it was even a small part, but like he was really good in that. And then this even, and it's just a Christmas Carol, but with Bill Murray and what's his face, Bobcat as like oh man, what's his name?
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who's he play? He plays like the guy with like the gun, like the upset employee at the end.
Yes, he's like a Cratchit.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's like I don't know, like this is just a very good um even for the time, I don't know, it still feels kind of modern. Like it's a very good modern Christmas Carol. Um and so that's why I like it because I like the story of Christmas Carol. Actually, on my list, I have another Christmas Carol version, but we'll if we get to it, maybe. But like, yeah, just the the delivery, like the deadpan humor, is excellent because it's Bill Murray. Um, the casting for everyone, honestly, like even like his love interest is excellent, and like the just everyone is great. um,
Why? I think it's Karen Allen is his love interest, right?
yeah.
Every time I see her, I always think of Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, every time. Um, I do you know why I think the reason I like this movie so much is it is different.
Yeah.
It's it's totally different. I love Christmas Carol, which if we do talk about it, I have a certain year that I like.
Okay.
But spoiler alert, it's not the one with Jim Carrey.
Oh, of course not. I've actually never
No,
seen that one.
you're not missing anything.
All right.
But I just love it because it literally is that story, but it's set in a modern time,
Mm-hmm.
and everything's like right there, but just in a modern setting without all with technology and stuff. So, God, I mean, I kind of want to watch that now. I think that movie's great, um, especially when it goes back and for Christmas his dad gets him like what is it veal,
Yeah.
and he's like in the cab with the ghost, and he's like, that's a lot of money right there. That's good. And he goes, "Are you serious?" And he's
Mm-hmm.
telling him like when he sees his mom, he's gonna cry. And I mean, I just think that's a great, great film. And I feel like that one has just gotten even more popular as years go on.
Yeah, because when I was younger, like it wasn't as popular. Like I'm pretty sure like we rented it when I was younger and stuff, and eventually like bought it on DVD. But like it wasn't really on TV on syndication until maybe actually how man, I don't know, time's gone by. Maybe 12 years ago is when it started actually becoming like on syndication, which is interesting again because like this is a 1988 film. So like you would think that
Yeah,
it'd be popular and it would just be on TV like that immediately, but now I don't think it started airing again until like 2000s and higher.
and I remember when I actually had cable, it was never on. Like it was
Hmm.
on like once every so often, and then you have to pay to rent it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping with the streaming services we have now that I'm able to watch it because I don't have cable anymore. But
Hmm.
um, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I remember watching what was it, Freeform as their whatever days of Christmas,
Yeah.
and I feel like that thing was on there all the time.
Yeah, it definitely was.
That and the Grinch with Jim Carrey, which I don't like either.
Yeah, I do not have that on here. That's not on my
See,
list.
I feel like we are different generations, but we're on the same level. I like Jim Carrey in
Yeah,
things.
same here. I
I
hate him in
don't.
that movie. I
Oh
hate
my
that
god,
movie actually.
I had an argument with somebody, one of my wife's family, because they're like, "How do you not like the Grinch with Jim Carrey?" I said, "Because I like the one with Boris Karloff in it. That's
Mm-hmm.
the one I like, and that's the one it should be."
Yep.
I said, "If you notice, that's only a 20-minute thing. That book is like maybe 20 pages.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into a life story." And I said, I just felt like it was overacted. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
it had a weird tone to it. Uh, I don't know. I said Jim Carrey should stick to having sword fights while wearing um, top hats and an orange tuxedo and fighting with canes. That's what he needs to stick to. But
Yeah,
I do not like that movie at all.
neither do I. Yeah. We kind of went into a tangent, but like, is the original on your list?
The original Grinch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to start talking about that now?
Yeah, let's. I mean, let's talk about that.
Because it's
So
on my list too. So
yeah, we're gonna get a lot on our list.
yeah.
I feel like if you've noticed, the reason me and Alex do the podcast and do so well is we have a lot of the same thoughts.
Mm.
But yes, I do. That's on my list, and it's not the Jim Carrey one with the weird songs and whatever. But I love the original, and as old as it is, and it's. I mean, I'll pull up here.
66.
Yeah. Um, which, by the way, funny story. So the Ron Howard one brought in $123 million. Oh, he spent $123 million
Okay.
in the film.
Okay.
Waste. I love this version, and I own it. I will tell you right now that my youngest son will sit and read this book over and over and over and over again, and we've watched The Grinch like 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because it's so iconic, and like my dad was watching it with my oldest sister, who's 50, when she was a kid
Mm-hmm.
on TV.
Yeah.
I just love it. I just think it's just so well done, and yeah, just lots of memories of like watching that on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, gosh, I mean, and even now, like I have it on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the upscale, it still looks really good.
That's awesome. I haven't watched it in like an upscaling at all. Honestly, I haven't watched this in a couple of years, believe it or not. But like I really like this almost a film. I mean, it basically is a film. This TV special, like it's very compact and to the point, and it tells its story very, very well in those 20 minutes. Unlike, I mean, we're gonna complain about the previous one, but or the other one, but like yeah, like the Jim Carrey one, which is like probably 2 hours or something ridiculous, and like it doesn't.
I think it is.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It adds new stuff. That's stupid. But anyway, that was actually what I was gonna bring up here a second ago. When you were talking about the newer one. I know that you like watch the older one and stuff, but what do your kids think about the newer one?
Oh, they don't like it at all.
Okay. Did you kind of brainwash them into that though? Like when they're younger, you're just like, this one's bad, and then they just like, it's bad.
I will tell you, any of my brainwashing ideas of like, hey, let's watch Transformers from when I was a kid, or let's watch this when I was a kid, right? Has totally failed. The only thing that I've got them to watch that I watched as a kid is Captain N.
Okay.
And then my other two older boys watched the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, Super Mario Brothers 3, and Super Mario World. We had tons of those DVDs back when they were kids. And I've let them watch it. I cringe every time the girls sing the song about Christmas. And I know I'm being like that guy right now.
Yeah.
But to me, I just cannot stand that film. I'll throw it out there. I would rather watch House of the Dead over and over again than watch that film.
All right.
Have you seen House of the Dead?
A long time ago.
Do you feel like even now you want to get that hour and 48 minutes left or back? It's awful.
Yeah, like I remember not enjoying it, and I remember just like not paying attention a whole lot, so like that helps. I accidentally froze your camera for a second, but I got it back working. So I'm gonna go on a tangent for this. This has nothing to do with holiday stuff. If you like drag something, because I'm working with other things, right? So like I have Wikipedia articles open for the other things. When I'm dragging it to another side, I accidentally shake it too much. It closes down all the windows because that's what Windows does, and then it froze everything. Or froze the capture when I brought it back up. So like, yeah, you had a face for about 30 seconds, but it's only
Well,
you. It's always only you because it's the capture. Because my camera's
right.
fine apparently. But back to
Real
Chuck Jones though. This Grinch, like, yeah, I love it. I love the music, the bassist and everything, just the vocals, so iconic. Um, I love just everything about the animation where like he's slithering around and just like going up and over. It's excellent. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and I should watch it more often.
now, I do want to ask because you asked about the Jim Carrey Grinch. Did you watch the one from 2018?
No, I did not either. That's not a knock at it or anything. I just never watched it. I kind of forgot it came out.
That one's not bad.
Okay.
It's not like this one,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not horrible.
Because that's like Illumination, right? Like it's people
Yeah.
who did like Despicable Me and all that.
Yeah, and the Grinch is played by Doctor Strange, which is even cooler.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, like, it's not horrible. Like, I could watch it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fine. The music's really good. The story is better than the Ron Howard version. But yeah, it's not horrible. I mean, I could watch it. Um, I've unfortunately seen the 1966 version every day for the last 3 weeks, at least twice. When you have a 3-year-old that gets into something like a movie, that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that was my pick, my second pick. What about you? What's a good pick for Alex?
Okay. How many
I
picks have
feel
we had? Is that your third
you
pick?
No, that was my second pick.
Okay.
You went first, and
Did I go
then
first? Okay. Yeah, I guess I did, huh? Okay.
you're just drinking way too much eggnog over here.
I guess, right? Man,
I
I
hate
don't even remember
eggnog.
what I said. I think okay, so I said Scrooge, and then I said, yeah, I guess that was it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Oh, Charlie Brown. No, I had two already.
yeah. You had Charlie Brown and Scrooged, and then
Okay,
I had Christmas Vacation and then the Grinch.
okay. So yeah, this is my third then. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you said second. Wait, no, you said you did second. Anyway, I don't know. Tangent. I am going to. I don't want to choose the obvious one, so I'm going to choose Tim Allen, the Santa Claus.
Oh, those are great. The first two are great.
Yeah,
Third one's
I
okay.
remember the third one not being great because it came out
It was
later.
it was okay. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah,
You know.
but it was 4 years later. Because I'm looking right now. Because like the really okay, the first one came out in '94 and the second one came out in 2002.
Wow.
That's a gap right there.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah, but no, this is one of those movies that back when Tim Allen was loved by everyone. I don't know if he's so much like that anymore ever since
I I
certain
think
shows and beliefs he has.
I think he's fine. I mean, that's the problem anymore. I feel like people that are in the limelight, if you are like a famous person, don't say stuff in public that's weird or not with the norm. It
Yeah.
just look at Kanye West. Everything Kanye West says is just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we were talking about that the other day. Me and one of the one of my friends were like, "Hey, did you see what Kanye West did?" No, because it's like every day of stupidity. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's my tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that's like another classic
Yeah.
right there. You know?
It really is just like it's a very interesting like the twist because like you don't really know what's happening in the very beginning and it's just like, oh, he killed Santa Claus because Santa Claus just kind of just fell.
Yeah. Now everyone knows how I felt as a young boy in the theater for the Transformer movie. Yep. Now you feel it.
But then,
Okay.
like, yeah, it's just really cool and interesting story of like, oh, well, you killed Santa Claus. Well, by the rules, you are now cursed to be Santa Claus.
Yeah. I think, you know, especially as a kid, you grow up with all these different stories of Santa, and they're all about the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the best thing is Disney did a good job of clearing up any questions a kid had about Santa,
Yeah.
and it just like was really well done, you know. And I love these independent ones that are a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good pick. I think it's crazy that we've not, except for Scrooged, we've not hit somebody else's list. I'm kind of shocked actually.
Well, I've been choosing ones. I'm like, I don't think you said this. So
I've got some weird ones in here.
okay.
Ones that you're like, are you serious? But yes, yes. But uh, you know, I heard, now this is just rumors on the internet, so believe it if
Mm-hmm.
you want. I heard they want to reboot that series with somebody else.
It's gonna be okay. Okay. So they're gonna reboot it. All right. They're going to use John Cena. Calling it now.
That actually would be kind of fun to watch.
Because like The Rock used to be the John Cena a little while ago. Like The Rock is still in things, but he's starting to become more of a serious actor again, I think. Um
Yeah,
and serious slash comedy. Like he kind of had his comedy fix, but like John Cena's getting up there right now in acting. Um and so like yeah, I think he would be an excellent Santa Claus for a reboot.
and I feel like he's got that comedy chops. I just watched that
Yeah.
one on Hulu, Vacation Friends.
Mhm.
He's hilarious in that. But I feel like he's got those acting chops to do the funny with it, you know?
Yeah.
Um, oh, totally. I, and if Disney does it, great. I don't know. They're always talking about things they want to do or reboots. Um, I saw an ad today for Disney Channel, which I don't have, but I have
Mhm.
Disney Plus, that they're redoing the movie Wrapped, which is a movie they did on Disney Channel years ago.
Oh, yeah, Under Wraps. Yeah, I
Yes.
did see
So,
that.
so they remade it.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
And I remember watching the other one when I was younger, and I was like, this
Same.
is actually pretty funny. So uh, they're really big on redoing remakes. And
They
now
are.
here's my thing is I don't know. I love the Tim Allen one, so I don't know who they would get, even if they got John Cena, if it would be as good.
I don't know, honestly. Like they can still do the same premise, but do something a little different to it. And like I don't know, give it a little more spin to make it something else.
Yeah, like don't use Tim Allen's name that was in the original. It's somebody new.
Unless he accidentally kills Tim Allen.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility.
That'd be really funny and great.
That'd be kind of messed up, actually.
Yes,
Uh,
but like that would it's full circle. Like that would be perfect. They're not gonna do it, but like that would be awesome.
I remember like watching the Santa Claus movies, and the kid that played Charlie
Hmm.
was like in all three, and then he kind of like just fell off the face of the earth. I haven't seen him in anything in a while. I think he was on. No, I take that back. I think he was on Law and Order SVU.
Hmm. All right.
So, yeah, that's another great pick. I got one here that I'm almost sure you have on your list,
Okay.
and we've not talked about it, but I'm gonna say it. It's Home Alone.
I actually chose not to put on my list
What? Oh, I
because
love it.
I was like, this is a sure thing that you're gonna say.
Uh, I saw Home Alone in the theaters, and
Okay.
I'm old, but I think it's hilarious watching all generations of my kids, the youngers and the olders, the first time them watching it
Mm-hmm.
when I'm laughing now as I think about it, when Kevin sends down the paint cans to them. And then if anybody, by the way, if anyone has Netflix that's watching this, there is a show, I think the movies we love, and there's a Home Alone one on there.
Yeah. Yeah. There is.
Watch it because they were talking about Joe Pesci and how he had a hard time not swearing all the time on set because he always plays like a mobster, right?
Yeah.
And he would be like, F bomb this, F bomb this, F bomb this. And they're like, Joe, we can't use that take. You can't say that. Um,
I'm
just
shocked Daniel Stern didn't have any issues either.
no. And it's funny because he was not their first pick.
Really?
There
Okay.
was another guy that was really popular. I can't remember his name, but he was. And then something happened and he couldn't do it. And Daniel Stern was the backup, which, to be honest, that's what broke Daniel Stern's career out. That's what, that's why he's been in so much stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
I
Yeah, that's why he was in so many things, and the Dilbert animated series killed him. So I
um,
I like that show, but like I feel like it
also
definitely ruined him.
Also, funny thing is the house, the inside of the house, right,
Yeah.
was built in a high school gym.
Really? Huh.
Yep. The only time they used the outside of the house was for those long shots, and that the end and the beginning of the movie, and that's it. The whole house was built. They built this house set in this school. I'm telling you, if you get a chance to watch it, it's on Netflix. It's by
Okay.
the ones that did the Toys We Love or whatever.
Yeah, it's like the movies that made us or something. Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen that there was an episode for sure. I just haven't watched this one, but huh,
Oh my gosh. And
makes me
I
want to watch
love
it again.
I do think it's funny when you think about it now that there's a, 6 or 7 year old kid that's home alone and no one can seem to figure out if he's home alone or not. That would
Yeah,
never fly today. The parents would be going to prison.
yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't have kids, so I can't understand forgetting someone. But like at the same time, like I feel like I wouldn't forget anyone. But there were a lot of people on that trip, so
there were.
it wasn't just like siblings either. Like it was cousins and uncles and all of that.
There's like 5 of those films, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. Like,
That
um,
I've never seen past 2.
well, two is both of one and two is Macaulay Culkin, right? And then three is someone else.
3, I think there's actually 6, and uh, I've never seen them. I know at one point the kids wanted to watch the third one, my younger kids, and they were not impressed. Alex
Huh.
Lutz was in that one, I think.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'm looking here. It was not Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, Alex Lentz. Yeah, that's who it is.
they were not impressed. I was like not even paying attention. I was doing something else. But I think Home Alone every single year used to play on TV Black Friday. Every year. It was like the staple movie to start the holidays, like Christmas. Um, And so, I just bought it because I was like, we're gonna watch it every single year. It's on Disney now because it's part of Fox, and
Mm-hmm.
so they own it. But I mean, it's such a good movie. Makes you feel good. Everyone always talks about the neighbor next door that killed people, and that's not even true. And we all, as kids, knew there was that creepy person in the neighborhood. So
Yeah, I'm looking here. So the sixth one isn't out yet. It's coming out November. Well, actually, it would be out. Spoiler alert: we're recording these early. This came out November 12th, 2021. So it's gonna be on Disney Plus. It's called Home Sweet Home Alone,
oh
and
yes,
yeah, so it has like Ellie Kemper. It has Keenan Thompson, Pete Holmes, Chris Parnell. Um, yeah, just people like famous, like cool people.
it's gonna definitely be hard to get that classic movie down. I mean, to be honest, but yeah, that's definitely my third pick, and I'm gonna go on a kind of a tangent and say this list to try and we said we're gonna do 5 each, because otherwise me and Alex could probably talk about these for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
But this was a hard thing to do is to pick these specials of these movies because there's so many that I watch every single year. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is your Next pick, Alex.
So my next pick, um, let's see here. I accidentally pulled up the Santa Claus again. That's not my pick. Um, let's go.
He's got this grin on people that are listening. He's got this grin of like it's gonna be something
Yeah.
out there.
No, it's not. Like I was just smiling because I was like, oh man, I have nostalgia for this movie. This is the television special Santa Claus is Coming to Town, stop motion.
Oh wow.
So like this is like Mickey Rooney, um, and like other people here, but like it's it's part of like the stop motion like Rudolph and Year Without Santa Claus, like all of that kind of stuff here. So, and then this came out in 1970. Um, but this is one of those shows again that like is always on, like during the holidays on that freeform 21 days of Christmas or whatever, or 31 days, I forget, something days of Christmas. And yeah, it's just one of those staples that you just always remember because it's just like everyone knows about Santa Claus and stuff like that, but like this is his origin story, and it's just very interesting on like how they come about like his origin story by like doing certain things and like combining certain mythos and like also like doing their own spin to things.
Yeah, I can tell you like um I as a kid watched this,
Yeah.
you know. And my dad was like, "Oh, I remember when this came out." And it was a big deal. This is another one of those classics where, the music was really good. And it tells his story of like, and I you know the best part is there's little kids asking questions and talking
Yeah.
as the guy is like narrating it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, so that's how that happened. I think for the time period, that's so ingenious and so smart.
Yeah.
It is, oh, gosh, and I guess I get like nostalgic feelings just thinking about it.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm just looking at it now too. It's just like I specifically remember that that town that he visits because like it's Kris Kringle eventually becomes Santa, but like he starts like just giving toys away to like kids in like that dark, depressing city, and the Burgermeister is just like Burgermeister Meisterburger is his name, which is
yep.
crazy. But like he hates toys and all this other stuff, and it's very I don't know. It's nowadays you'd be like, oh, that's stupid and corny, but like back then, it's just like, oh man, this is really interesting and different.
Yeah, and I think if you knew how those were done, and it's only like a 20-minute thing, maybe that one's maybe a little
This
longer.
one's a little longer. Yeah, I want to check because I think it's like 40,
Yeah,
48 minutes.
dude, that thing took months and months and months to make,
Yeah.
and so um, but I back in the day before we had DVRs and really good internet, you would watch these as they came on TV, and that's when you watched it. And so it just brought like a lot of good memories of a kid, me being a kid, and be like, oh, my dad be like, hey, this is on with Rudolph tonight if you want to watch it. So God, that's a really good one. It's funny because like, as we're picking these, we're thinking about it, but yeah. And I actually took a lot off my list that were ones that I watch every year because I
Okay.
wanted to make sure that whatever ones I watch the most. So, but I think I'm looking at my list now. This one here, I'm afraid you have on your list.
Okay. Well, I mean, I still have a couple more things, so like it, I if that comes the case, I can still play something else potentially.
This is so corny and cheesy too. Uh, I picked Jingle All the Way.
I actually don't have that one on my list. Believe it or not, I actually forgot to put it on my list. I forgot it was a movie. Like, but now that you said it, I just think of everything. I think of put that cookie down. I think of just getting the Turbo Man, just like all this. Like it's all flooding in my mind right now.
I think my favorite part is this is from 1996. It's got Arnold. It's got Phil Jackson, who's the weird single neighbor that all the ladies want. Um, and it's got Anakin Skywalker in it. It's like his second film after that,
Mm-hmm.
but he wants a toy for Christmas. This is the only toy he wants. But I love it because he's like, the wife's like, you reserved that, right? Oh yeah, I got that. And she's like, yeah, you're never gonna get it now. And it's like, oh crap. As a parent, I have been there. Um, I had my dad told me this story that when I was younger, I was 6. All I wanted was a stuffed Kermit the Frog when the Muppet Show was at its peak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no one had it. And he literally drove to downtown Chicago, paid $70. This is way back then for a
Yeah.
stuffed one, just so I could have it for Christmas. But man, this movie's great. The stuff back and forth between him and the other guy that are trying to get it. Uh, there, my favorite is when they buy it from the Santas and they go and they're all doing like illegal things, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bigger Santa that he gets in a fight with, do you know that's Big Show?
No, I didn't. Really?
Yeah, the real big one.
Yeah.
And the little one is the guy that played Mini Me, the little smaller one.
Okay. Huh. That's awesome.
Yeah, all this useless knowledge that I'll never be able to use to get any real money. But yes, but I love it because it's just like, I don't know, anybody that's been shopping for any family member or whatever that wants to get that perfect gift has been there.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's great. I think it's got like action part, it's got the comedy part. You know, I kind of wish he would use more lines from Commando on there, but
Mm-hmm.
we think it's supposed to be a family film.
Yes, it
Um,
is. And
but
it's one of
yes,
those films that like keeps getting popular with age.
yeah, I was actually in Walmart the other day, and they sell those Turbomans,
Yeah, I've seen that too at Targets and stuff like that too. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really cool.
and it's expensive too.
Yeah.
It's like $70
Yep.
for a reproduction of that, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I love that movie. I watch it every year with the kids. Uh, you know, Aiden, who's my oldest, that's like his one he has to watch every year.
Okay.
He really wants to watch it every year, and he'll watch it multiple times. So yeah. So Alex, what
Mm-hmm.
is your next one? And by the way, I've got extras as well, just in case Alex picks what I pick. But
So yeah,
so
I guess this
far,
would technically be the last one. So
technically, I'm sure we'll go off on more tangents or what.
probably. Um let's see here. So I really have two more that I have listed here. I don't know if this one is on your list. I feel like it probably is, and it kind of fits multiple holidays.
Oh,
It is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
it's not on my list, but it's that movie. I will tell you one of my favorite directors is Tim Burton.
Yep.
Easily Tim Burton. So yeah, you got me there. That is an awesome movie.
It has amazing voice acting. It has amazing just it's stop motion animation again, another one of those. But just like the way because they're all monsters and things, so it's just very creative and just the way that you see like the way that the mouths like move exaggerated to like enunciate for the vocals. It's just awesome to see. Um, but yeah, this is one of my favorites. Just animated films, to be honest. I kind of fell off of it a little bit when it got popular again. Like when it became like one of those hot topic, like at like the store hot topic, like everyone's wearing this. It's super emo and cool. I kind of fell off of it like at that time because I was
Right.
like, man, I'm the OG. This is my stuff. You guys are just stepping on my cool stuff. But like now, like again, like I can definitely appreciate this film for everything that it does and tries to do, and it's really interesting that like we've never had a sequel.
Right.
We've
Yeah,
had
but
we had a video game sequel technically.
yeah, but even if you look at Tim Burton's films, we never got one for Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He did do a sequel to Batman, but like, you know, this is another one of those Tim Burton films where I'm like, it's just to me, like, so my kids, when they listen, they're gonna be embarrassed. But my 13-year-old now, he would watch that repeatedly. He wore out the DVD when we had it. Because they love the music and they love
Yeah.
all the scary stuff, and it's not too scary.
Yeah, it's just enough to where you can enjoy it. Like anyone can enjoy it.
I mean, you could totally feel like I don't know what it is, but when any art from any movie, you can tell it's a Tim Burton movie.
Hmm.
And he put so much into this film, and the voice actors were great. Tons of like big people. Gosh, I totally forgot that is actually like a Halloween slash um, Christmas movie.
Yeah, it really is because like it's definitely about Halloween Town, but then he goes to Christmas Town and learns of Christmas and tries to convert Halloween into Christmas, and everyone's just like, okay, this will be the best Halloween because it's Christmas themed.
I love when he gets to Christmas Town when he does the whole "What's this?"
Hmm.
That's like one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
Uh, and it's so different than the dark and the dreary and the stuff that's back at Halloween Town. Uh, just so well done. I mean, gosh, that was like a
yeah.
great film.
I especially love it like when he's like teaching the carolers or like how to sing, and they keep singing in minor, so it just always sounds depressing for like Jingle Bells, and you're like, this is great. Like this is great writing and everything about
Yeah,
it. But yeah, it has great villains and stuff too. But I love how he just thinks that Santa Claus's name is just Sandy Claus, because it's just like, oh, because they're like a monster world, so they assume that it's like a big scary guy who gives like scary gifts to people.
I love the mayor. How when he was okay and normal, he had the one face, and then when he would get all flustered, the face would flip around, and you would go real fast, and it would be the freaking
Yeah,
out face.
yeah, happy and sad because it's like normal pale, normal like olive skin, and then like it would like flip over and it'd be like completely pale, like white, like clown makeup, essentially scared and frightened.
It, I mean, and if you look at some of the monsters and stuff like that, and the creatures, those are almost every single one of them is a very original. I mean, there's a wolf man, there's vampires, but it was very original, you
Yeah,
know.
the mad scientist alone, Doctor Finkelstein, like he kind of just, I don't know. He looks like a mad scientist, but the different thing about him, like he's in a wheelchair for one, and he's just very old, and then two, like he does that thing where like his head opens up and he just starts scratching his brain and puts it back down.
Yeah, a pure genius. And I think, the thing was, is when it came out, it was received super well.
Hmm.
And it was just one of those ones where, and I think over the years, it's really just gotten popular every year.
Yeah,
You know,
and there were it was being released in theaters in Disney Digital 3D for a while too, because I remember that's when it was getting popular again. It says 2006 to 2009 they were making it in 3D.
that's crazy. I feel like every year too, when they put the Christmas stuff out and they put these Blu-rays out of like that movie,
Hmm.
you never can get it. It sells out
Yeah,
every single year. And now for me, we have Disney Plus and
yep,
Disney owns it, so it's on there. But I just, you watch it and you just sometimes you do forget that it's stop shot animation because it's done so well.
yeah,
That's why it's not a Christmas film, but that's the way I feel about Corpse's Bride.
yeah.
Corpse's Bride is just as good, but like it's funny because people see this and they don't know that they automatically assume that it is a Halloween film, but it technically it's very little Halloween and more Christmas.
Yeah,
So
it just happens to take place in a Halloween town. So.
yes, I mean, gosh, I mean, I feel like it's funny, like hearing all these films and stuff. I'm like, God, I really want to like watch some of them now
Yeah.
and like these specials. But yeah, that was a really really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so my number five, and I watch this every year, and it's just one of those ones. So I love Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay. I
Have
have
you
actually never seen this. I know what it is. I've never seen it.
2004? It's got
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen, and their daughter is going on this trip where she's going to work abroad for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, let's skip Christmas. And the whole story is the reason they're skipping Christmas. Tim Allen pushes it more is because it's their only child. It's the first time she won't be there, and he's trying to avoid it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
all the things that happen. Like they live in a neighborhood where everyone decorates. He's not doing it. We are not doing Christmas this year. And it's like whole thing of like them trying to avoid it. Well, then they find out that their daughter is coming back. Like, oh my gosh, and she's
Mm-hmm.
bringing a man. And they're like, now we got to get everything ready. Well, eventually everyone comes together and stuff. But I don't know. It's like the chaos that I like. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
that's what I like about it because it's like now that when they find out she's coming, they got to do everything. Like they got to have a special ham they get her. Uh, and there's a lot of people. So besides those two, Dan Aykroyd's in it. Um, you know, Cheech Marin. I mean, they just got a really large cast there, and I don't know what it is. I love it, and it was like 2004. I literally watch it every single year.
Huh.
Every single year. All
Yeah.
right,
I've
so
somehow missed it. Like
oh my
I
gosh, you
know
gotta
what
watch
it
it.
is and everything, but yeah, I've never actually watched it.
You gotta watch it. And
All
you'll be
right.
like, okay, so I get it.
Yeah.
There. So those are our ones there. But what is your? I know you've got like a couple, but what are like one or two of your honorable mentions?
So I talked about this beforehand, before we started recording. But one thing I have vivid memory of, and I think we talked about this on an older podcast, like one of our like point 0.5 episodes of like talking about like what did I say? What did I call it? Like video rental store like memories and stuff like that.
Yes.
And one of the things I specifically remember was like seeing like the trailer for like the Jack Frost Michael Keaton film, and then going to I'm gonna date myself I guess for this video update,
Holy
going
crap!
there and seeing all the VHS tapes and stuff, and there would be like this tape that was like holographic, I guess. So like when you look at it, like it'd be doing like a different picture, and it'd just be like a snowman, and on the other side it'd be like a killer snowman, and it was like the Jack Frost movie from 1997, which is supposed to be like a comedy slasher film, like where like a serial killer, I guess, like gets inside like a Jack Frost into a snowman or something and just starts killing people. But like I've never seen it, but like that's one of my memories. Like specifically, it's just like, oh cool, yeah, there's supposed to be this Jack Frost film, and then I go looking for it and I find this. I'm like, I'm not renting this.
I'm gonna be the embarrassing one and say that I have seen it.
Okay.
It's awful. It's so bad. And you're right. It's like basically this killer. He gets caught, and as they're going, I want to say to the police station or something, the car wrecks into some stuff, and it like antifreeze, and it turns him into Jack Frost, like this. Now on the same token, I never watched the other one with Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
I am more of I'm going to watch a holiday film. I don't like the sad holiday films.
Yeah.
That's a sad film. So, but I just think that's hilarious. Like, I unfortunately have seen the really bad one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's bad. I mean, it's awful. But it's just like sometimes I like to watch these campy horror films. But I got one as well, and you're gonna probably laugh at this one. So,
Okay.
this, Ernest Saves Christmas, 1988. I I went to the theater, so at this time frame, Pee Wee's Playhouse
Mm-hmm.
and Hey Vern, It's Ernest were on every Saturday mornings. Both shows have blown up, and Ernest was on fire. And I went to the
Mm-hmm.
theater and saw this, and it was more Ernest. Not as good as Scared Stupid, but yep. I tried watching that last year with my kids, and like, Dad, this is awful. It's bad.
That's the one with
Uh,
like Miak, right? And like the
uh,
gremlins and stuff.
with the trolls. Now
Trolls, yeah.
that one's great. They love
Okay.
that. But they don't like Ernest Saves Christmas.
Okay.
The only other one that I had on my list in case you would have done it was, and this one's really dark. It's from 2015. It's Krampus.
I have never seen it. I'm not really a scary movie guy, so like I know about it and stuff, and I've seen trailers for it, but no, I've never seen it.
Definitely black comedy. It's
Mm-hmm.
dark. It's not graphic by any means, but it's just dark humor. So
Okay.
that was my other one. And I had one more, but I know you probably have it on yours. Your backup
My backup?
ones.
Well, I have a Muppets Christmas Carol.
Okay,
That was my
that
backup.
one. That one is awesome. I am the only one in this house that loves that one. They're all crazy. I think that's a great film.
I'm trying to look for it as well. There was one I watched recently that was a yeah, here it is. I couldn't find it anywhere. Like I had to rent it from like a different library. Um there's one from 2004 that's a Christmas Carol, and it's a like I said, it's a musical, but it has Kelsey Grammer as Ebenezer Scrooge, and like it's
I
not bad because he's really good at singing.
Yes. Um, I remember that one. Uh, I've never seen it, but I do remember it.
Jason Alexander is in this movie as Jacob Marley. Okay, I need to watch this movie again. Apparently,
I only want to watch it if he acts like if he. I only want to watch it if he literally acts like his character from Seinfeld.
yeah, just George Costanzaing it. Yeah, that'd be excellent. But yeah, no, like there's so many different Christmas Carol adaptations and stuff, and I have never seen the CG Disney one with Jim Carrey. I personally don't plan on it, so
Yet again, I do like. So there is a version of the Christmas Carol classic that I like, um, and this one is from. Oh, well, that's not what it's from, but it's specific. The one I like is. I'm trying to think of what year this even is. But I do like a certain version. Like me and my wife both have different versions we like,
mm-hmm.
but I really like this one. And it's right now. It is on HBO Max, which is
Okay.
weird. But this is my favorite one that I like, and I don't know why I like it, but I feel like the Scrooge is right. It's old. I mean, it's really old.
Okay, like the
Uh,
30s one.
yeah, I think that's actually what it was.
Okay.
So old that, and I'm going to show my geekness here, but June Lockhart was in there, and she was really young. She played Timmy's mom on Lassie. That's
Wow.
that's how old this is. But I don't know why I like that one so much, but I just like that version the best. I don't like the Jim Carrey one. I no, I will watch the Muppet one, and I will watch this one here, and I would probably watch the musical one. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen a musical one, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
was
I'm
it?
looking here. I remember liking it a lot, but I'm also very partial um, to Kelsey Grammer since I love him and I love Frasier and I love Sideshow Bob and The Simpsons. So like, yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites. The person isn't so great again, but like but everything that he's been in, and he is an excellent actor.
Absolutely. I loved him. I know this is dumb, but I loved him as Beast in the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job, and then I found out later that he actually did some of his own fight scenes. So
All right.
uh,
Way to go,
I
Frasier.
I know, right? Uh, but yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call that. That was a really great episode. Basically, we wanted to kind of do one for you guys that wasn't on our normal topics, but really kind of just to celebrate the holidays. So I want to end this with not only a get at it, but happy holidays.
Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of want to spoil things for future videos and stuff. So there was something that I did not mention on here because we're going to have a special episode thing for this. There are a lot of Simpsons episodes that
Oh
are
yeah.
like the Simpsons pilot that aired is technically a Christmas special. But we're gonna have another episode with that with a special guest. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.